All right. Welcome back to another 10 cents with 10LV. Uh Rock Sandy already did all the editing here, so I'm just going to react to his video about this fucking kid stealing. Eh? Little thief. I left a comment on his video already too. So let's play this through and kind of see what's happening with the kid. We might skip over. I don't know. We'll play it. We'll just play it by ear.
MQ or a Toonie.
So you can see my arrow. I think this little bastard right here is stealing.
The Charizard. Yeah. So what are you doing, man?
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
It seems only yesterday when I covered how a kid stole $500 worth of cards from an unsuspecting vendor, which went pretty viral in terms of Pokemon. And I'll tell you what, it's not a very good thing to go viral for. That instance will 100% tarnish that kid's reputation unless he just gets insanely ripped and starts looks maxing until he's unrecognizable. It's not a bad idea. Anyway, as you saw in the beginning, there's unfortunately another instance of this from a guy named Everything JJ. Luckily, the vendor ended up realizing, but the way he handled the situation afterwards sparked a little debate within the community. So get some popcorn.
Yeah, let's see how he handled it, because you're going to play the video through. He's going to play the video through, guys. Like I said, good job, Rock Sandy, for doing all the editing so I don't have to.
I mean popcorn. Son of a bitch. Let's find out together, shall we? And form our own opinion.
We're in Next Saturday will be out.
And I've got a little bit of a different one. Sort of. It's down the same path, but my opinion veers off a little bit.
Richmond. Yeah.
Look at this little bastard. I like his shirt. Yo, Angel would love his shirt.
What shirt?
I can't tell you.
Can I see it?
Yeah.
What shirt?
Angel's in the shot now.
Hi.
Look at his shirt.
Can you comment on where he got it from?
I don't know. That might be. I don't know where he would have got that shirt from, unless like his own. Because a lot of these POV vendors are making their own shirts now because of Bulbasaur. Yeah, Bulbasaur got his own shirt. I don't know. That might be his. I've never seen that shirt anywhere else, and I see a lot of shirts, so who knows? But I'll look for it for sure.
That one's me.
Back to the video.
MQ or a Toonie.
Little bitch.
Sure. Yo, the Charizard. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm keeping it in my pocket for safekeeping. While I'm holding a bunch of other shit that should also be in my pocket for safekeeping. Like, how do you... and then, you gotta walk around, because, look at these people. Look at these people that are looking at him, that are on the other side of the table. They're just, forming an opinion, this little thieving-ass bitch. But, how do you walk around a show afterwards knowing that everybody's looking at you like this now? If it was me, I would be leaving. I would be like, all right, I'm done. I'm done for the day. This is it. My days of thieving at this specific show are over until I leave and come to a different show where people hopefully forgot who I was at that point.
Well, I'd appreciate if you didn't put it in your pocket, though.
I'm not cool.
Okay. Did I just fucking catch the kid trying to steal a card or what? Put it in his pocket. Yeah, Jacob.
And you know what? In the heat of the situation, you know, it's like you're still a little bit baffled and things like that. You're like kind of like trying to mentally come to terms with shit, but like how I would want to react is totally different to this, to be honest with you. Like how I would want to react if I was this vendor, totally different. And maybe he feels differently after he's sat down later on and thought about things in his head. Because you know how you'll go through the scenarios of what you wish you would have said or done after a situation already happened. So, you know, yeah, I'm sure he wanted to react differently after the fact. Or maybe not. He might be a nice ass guy, but I'm not.
Like, the one kid, he tried to just put a card in his pocket.
Did he?
Yeah. And I literally, he like tried to put it in his pocket, took it out, and I'm like, and then I kind of watched him, and then he like put it back in his pocket.
Why do I feel like this kid's like, oh, someone already tried to steal here? Look at this dude across the table. Yo, he's like, oh fuck. I'm late to the party. I could have fucking been trying to steal and got away with it, but some other kid already fucked it up. Now they're on high alert. Because he's like looking around. You can see the look on his face like, man, I wish I had all these cards. Which, I mean, everybody does, right? You go to a fucking booth and you're like, fuck, man, if I could just... Who doesn't do that? Like, who doesn't walk up to a table and just see like fucking 20,000 and be like, fuck, what if I could get away with this? But you don't do it, right? Because like you hit that moral wall and you're just like, well, you know, maybe during the apocalypse. Maybe if there's an apocalypse, I'll fucking I'll clap this guy and steal all his slabs. And maybe when society rebuilds itself, then I'll have a fortune upon my hands.
And I'm like, yo, what are you like, the Charizard, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm just hanging, I'm keeping it there. And then he walked away, didn't buy anything.
He's been doing that same thing.
And then another kid, another guy said that he was ripping packs.
Oh, the blood raging guy, right?
Yeah.
The Darkrai.
And he said the same other kid was.
I don't know. I think that story still has a couple holes in it, but whatever.
I mean, I got it on camera too. So.
Those guys are a little sus.
Oh boy. Oh, great heavens. I don't know what it is, but like thieves especially have some sort of weakness to cameras. Like the moment you become a thief, instantly the observational power to perceive cameras instantly disappears. Actually, it's a GoPro, so it's small. I get that a lot. I don't care, brother. If you're at a vendor or a card show, you need to be under the assumption that every single vendor...
Yeah, I mean... It's one of the fastest rising things, I think, is for vendors to have a camera. So yeah, you should be under that assumption. Not only that, but like a lot of times, a majority of the time, there's security cameras in the convention space that are already always installed in the building. So even though like those most likely don't capture audio and things like that, or even a real close-up view of what's going on, sometimes you are, because like say you're the booth in the corner of the room where the camera is located, you might be getting a direct down shot of what the frick is happening, like at a casino. Like they could see your hand, they could see, like, you know, it's like they can see every single angle in a casino. Sometimes these convention spaces will do that, and they'll even set up like on mounts other cameras just in case. Like I used to work at Caesar's Palace. They would have a jewelry convention that would come in, so extra cameras were going in, and they were going to catch every fucking angle of anybody trying to do some shady shit, on top of all the security, extra security they would pay for. Crazy shit. So you don't know how much cameras going around, or even that convention would even have people cruising around with cameras on them. So, you know, like a freaking body cam, like the police. So you always got to assume there's a camera somewhere, but these kids are fucking stupid. They think they know everything, and they don't know shit. Trust me, they don't know shit.
Vendor has a camera. It's just common sense. Who is teaching these kids, man? Like when I was 6 years old, which was, I don't know, like 2 years ago or something, I knew the
Dude, you're still 6 years old, bro. I'm just fucking with you, Rock. I'm just fucking with you. You can't be 6 years old still because you've been coming to my channel since you were like 5.5. So you should be 12 3/4. Yeah, so I've been seeing you around.
Concept of security surveillance. Where are these kids getting their education from? TikTok University? Actually, no, I take that back. What are the parents teaching these kids, man? They need to do a better job. You know what? I was always against parents hitting their children. But you know what? I think they're onto something.
Well, because you're a new age kid, so yeah. Looking back, man, every time I got my ass beat, I am so grateful for that. Like, I would never view that as child abuse because some of the dumbest shit that I've ever fucking done that my dad has smacked me across my face for and made my head do a fucking 360 really put shit into perspective. Like, I really respect my parents for putting hands on me when it was necessary. Now, just to be like frustrated and beat the shit out of your kids, yeah, that's a different thing. But like, if you're caught doing something wrong, you definitely need to get your ass beat. And for anybody saying that that's child abuse, your fucking kids are probably little shitheads and they think they can do whatever the fuck they want. And they're going to be the ones that are going to fucking kill a whole family drinking and driving when they're an adult or some other stupid shit because they never got. And then that person's going to be missing out on their family and you're going to be missing out on your fucking family. And you're going to have to feel a different way about your kid because you failed them. So, and hey, this is all my opinion, but you know what? These parents these days that are like, oh, we gotta soft everything. Don't. Little Tommy, stop it. Don't break that. Fuck you.
What really threw me for a loop is when the vendor confronted him and the kid had the balls to not only straight up deny it,
Okay.
but also still walk around for a few minutes like nothing ever happened. Like, I gotta hand it to him. Bro has some massive balls to do that. He literally said, no, I'm not stealing anything. What do you mean? Like it made the situation any better for him. If not, it only made it worse. It just confirmed that he did try to steal something. It's not like he's some innocent kid who didn't know what he was doing. This is just a wild thing to say when somebody confronts you. Anyway, let's move the criticism away from the kid and over to the vendor for a second. A lot of people...
So, yeah, the kid stealing, there should have been a little bit more of a reaction from the vendor. And you know what? Like I said, if you're in the moment, yeah, you're just still baffled. But I feel like we need to start like almost pre-rehearsing, like start thinking up scenarios like this in your head and rehearse your reactions before you go do a show. I almost inhaled my spit. Before you go do a show, like really rehearse how you're gonna react to somebody stealing. Like, get it in your head what's your real reaction you want to be. Like, get it in there because people gotta start setting the tone for how these shows are gonna go. Because otherwise, if we're always looking like a pushover, like in these videos, it's going to still happen. Because kids are going to watch these videos at some point. Like, especially if they become very popular or go viral at some point, kids are going to see these. And your reaction is going to basically dictate how hard or soft you're going to look. And they're going to take that as like, okay, some kids are going to think in their head, maybe I could do it better. Or they're going to analyze this situation and see how they're going to look at all the angles of the cameras and, you know, and be more aware. And then they're going to try to attempt it themselves. Like, I mean, you know, as a little shithead kid, I probably would have. I would have fucking took that as a challenge. Like, oh, I could do it better than that kid. As a kid myself, as the little shithead kid that I was, I would have been like, yeah, watching me do it better.
people had an issue with the way he handled it, saying that he needed to be way harsher on the kid and threatened to call security. And you know what? I kind of agree with that partially. I don't think security should have been called to the kid or anything, but I do think some sort of verbal punishment could have went a long way. Like, hey kid, I saw what you did. No, I know you were trying to steal. If you try that again, I will call security on you. Do you understand me? And maybe in the end, you contact security and tell them to keep an eye out just in case other people have similar issues with the same exact kid. So I definitely understand the criticism here, but you know,
here's how I would have wanted to do it. I'm not gonna say I would have done it like I said in the heat of the moment. Here's how I would have wanted to do it. I would have been like, yo, I catch the kid stealing, right? I'm like, hey. I was like, don't fucking steal. And like, you know, use some language. Because, I mean, that's how I am. I'm not going to be afraid to fucking cuss at a kid who's trying to fucking steal from me. Right? I'm like, hey, bro, if you're going to fucking steal, like, be ready for the consequences. And this is me. I'm no snitch. Like he said, like Roxanne said, don't call security, right? Well, and then maybe threaten to call security. Nah, fuck all that. Cut that all the way out. I ain't no snitch. Like, if you're going to play the man's game of stealing from a grown man, I'm going to sock your ass. It's dead ass. And then I'm going to let all the other vendors know that you're around here. And maybe they'll come tell me, and I'm going to come hunt your ass down. And then we can go handle this like men outside. Like, you want to be a grown man and steal from me? Let's go handle this shit for real. You'll get your head fucking whopped. And then what? Like I said, like when I got a beating as a kid for the stupid shit that I've done, or even a threat of a beating was like, oh, it put that fear in me. Like, I'm not going to do that ever again. I don't give a shit. Like, and then what, you going to go cry to your daddy? Get me kicked out of the fucking show. I don't give a shit. Because if I'm surrounded by a bunch of people who are just trying to steal from me, I don't give a fuck. I'll go home. I'll wait for another show. Get me kicked out, little boy, because I threatened you. Or go tell your fucking dad to come over here and catch an ass whooping for you on your behalf. Because, you know, I'm a hood rat. I'm a hood rat kid. I grew up this way. Like, let's fucking throw hands. If you don't want to catch an ass whooping, go tell your dad about it. Or maybe your dad's an absentee father. Go tell your stepdad or some grown adult in your fucking circle. Come over here and catch these hands. That's how I would really make it a threat. Like, yo, you want to steal? It's gonna come with some fucking serious consequences, like an ass whooping. Like, I'll knock your little kid ass out. I don't care. It is what it is. Like, I'll stand. I gotta stand on my shit. I gotta stand on my business. Whether I get in trouble for it as well, hey, let's both go down with the ship.
you know what? I get.
But that's just me. Y'all don't have to be that way, but there's some level of threat. And don't be like, hey, I'm not gonna, like, keep it G. Like, I ain't gonna go tell security on your ass. But something's gonna happen to you. Don't fuck around like this. Not with me here. Like, something like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, make him feel like he's gonna get his ass whooped. Because that's what these kids need. And he will be scared because you're way bigger than his ass. Bet. It's just like when I was out on the street fucking around. Like, when I used to fuck around adults, they would be like, hey, I'm gonna fucking beat your ass. And then I'm looking at them, I'm like sizing them up, and I'm like, all right, yeah, you're gonna beat my ass. You will beat my ass. So let me fucking calm the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? Like, put some street shit in this. Like, why? I know it's Pokemon and shit, but fuck. Like, this is big business. Like, these kids think they're, you know, stealing from their friends at school and shit. This ain't it.
Why he was so soft, because in the end he's a kid. But in my opinion, when you're that young, it's even more important for people to teach you what is right and what is wrong. Kids are very, very impressionable, and if you don't create an environment that condemns bad things, they end up not taking it as seriously without having consequences for.
And you cannot be soft. You cannot be soft about it, otherwise they're just gonna fucking laugh it off. My kids do it. My kids do it. If I go in it with a soft tone, they're just fucking laughing it off. They're thinking I'm like joking. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be There's got to be some level of threat. Like there's got to be, you got to hit that like danger warning in the kid's head. Like you got to set that off. If you don't set that off, they're just going to think you're a bitch and try to walk all over you one more again. And that's the problem. That's how these kids are these days. They don't know limitations. They don't. And you got to set those limitations.
For their actions, kids end up treading down a dark path. Anyway, sorry for the little tangent there, but it's very unfortunate that more vendors are getting stolen from. My question is, how many of those go unnoticed? So if you are a vendor who doesn't have a security...
Probably so many, dude. So many. Like, when I go to a... Look, I think from all angles. I'm the fucking vendor. I'm the thief. That's how I think in my head. I think of me being a thief. I think of like all the possibilities because, and I should probably start a business where I'm fucking like loss prevention. Like I'd probably be the best because I think from every aspect, and I think of myself as the thief because I mean I have been a thief, and so it's like, you know, I like honestly I've stolen before. Like come on, like who's gonna sit here and lie like they haven't either done it or thought about it to some degree at some point in their stupid life. Like you've done stupid shit in your life, right? Or have you just been like fucking jerking off all your life doing nothing? The fuck? Oh, you can't do this around Pokemon. You get kicked out. Anyway, so like, yeah, I've been to shows where like I'm looking at these people's tables and how they're set up, and I'm like, yo, you're like setting yourself up to get stolen from, like so bad. Even if a camera's around and it catches you, like most of the times, like if it's not a significant like dollar amount, you might not go after it because it's not worth the headache. So like that person's gonna get away with shit. And like I said, I went to a show and they're right in the front door a little bit, but like off to the side enough. And I'm looking around, I'm looking at the vendor. I don't see fucking cameras nearby. There's so many fucking people. The show just opened. It's hectic. Nobody's on this side of the table, but there's boxes of fucking slabs. Like, and not like super high dollar, but like in the 200 and under range of fucking slabs, just full. And I'm like, and you could easily just be like, oh yeah, I'm looking through this. And everybody at the fucking table's occupied with somebody else trying to buy shit. I can't imagine how many of those slabs went missing. I couldn't imagine because I'm looking around. I'm like, yo, they ain't watching this shit.
Camera for some reason. I highly recommend getting one. I linked the video down into the description, so make sure you guys check them out. I think it was just a very interesting situation, especially with that kid just having the absolute balls to act like nothing ever happened. So, you know, I gotta hand it to him. Like, he did not care. So while I was editing the video,
yeah, he didn't have... Because the vendor's a fucking soft guy. Look, honestly, you're fucking too soft, bro. Like, you were too soft about the situation. And I bet that kid walked away feeling like he still got away with something because of how soft you were. Like, that's the mentality these motherfuckers have. Like, this little fucking bastard. This kid fucking sits on the couch all day, snacking and stealing from people. That's his whole fucking childhood existence right there. And you can see, look, the Asian dude with the glasses right behind him, he's watching him.
actually, I noticed a comment that said another kid tried to steal something. So I looked back through the footage and actually he was right. But this was kind of different. The kid actually wasn't stealing from the vendor, but actually from another kid.
Look, see how his eyes drifted down? See how his eyes drifted down? He saw this kid stealing, and he fucking guy doesn't say shit. This is the other problem, is that people will fucking watch something go down and won't say a fucking thing. Like, you were probably there for the whole situation. You probably saw other kid put that fucking tin down, put his cards out, and then you saw this little bastard doing that shit. I would have slapped that fucking kid right across the cheek.
It's 10, which is freaking...
And I would have been like, listen here, pudgy.
mind-boggling. Dude, not only was somebody trying to steal from the vendor, but now we got kids stealing from other kids. Like, brother, who is watching them? I'm lost for words. What's going on here, bro? This is absolute
Face of guilt. That ain't the face of guilt. That's the face of, man, should I fucking, you know what? This little bitch, I could get this. Like, there's no real guilt in that kid's face. He's just like, this is too easy.
insane. These kids need to be stopped. They're menaces to a society. Parents need to watch what their children are doing. Jesus Christ.
That, like, doing the face wipe, none of that shit's guilt. That's just like movements of, like, thought process, trying to cover up, like, any type of guilty hand movements. That's what he's doing. He's like, he doesn't want to be too, like, reachy to alert anybody else, even though homeboy already noticed him. This type of shit is just, like, kind of like trying to seem like he's blending in is what he's doing.
Christ, bro. Anyway, appreciate you guys for watching. Hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you later, weebs.
Appreciate you, Roxandy, for doing some editing for me. If you agree with me that we need to get a little bit more threatening towards thieves, leave a comment down below. Like and subscribe. I'm losing subscribers by the day. Like YouTube, like I gained like 20 subscribers. YouTube wiped them all out within 3 days. So subscribe, or maybe, I don't know, maybe it was me. Maybe it's my opinions. I don't know. But like and subscribe. Comment down below what you think. Go check out Roxandy's video. Go check out everybody else's video, because everybody's gonna do a video about this. Go check them all out. Find the opinion that works best for you. Maybe mine doesn't. Like I said, I'll always give my 10 cents on the situation. You don't have to agree with how I think or feel about this. You could go find one of these other guys and agree with them. You don't have to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's allowed to have their own opinions. I might have an opinion against these people. I might even want to totally shut somebody down with my opinion. And maybe try to make them feel like shit for having their opinion, but they're still allowed to have their opinion. That's my viewpoint. I could sit here and tell you you're a complete fucking idiot for your opinion, but you're still allowed to have it. I'll never tell you cannot have that opinion, but I will tell you you're a fucking complete idiot. And I'm not saying that about Roxandy here. I'm just saying that in general. With anybody who has an opinion in the future and going forward, some of, like in my other video about Mimic Brew, I feel like some of his opinions were just fucking flat out stupid to do the whole race thing. Like, I feel like that's just so fucking dumb that because you're a certain color that you can't have an opinion on the shit other cultures do or other people of color do. And it's not necessarily like have a cultural like binding to it. Like, there's no color binding to what the person's doing or saying or whatever the fucking case may be. Like, you just color has nothing to do with it. This is like an all-American thing, or you know what I'm saying? Like, to even bring color up, like, it just seems so stupid in some situations. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? Anyways, this video's getting to 30 minutes. We gotta go eat breakfast. Appreciate you guys for watching. Like I said, comment, subscribe, do the shit. We'll see y'all on the next one. Appreciate you. Bye.